My phone's dying. I love cops. Do you love cops? I know that you know that we know that we know. Hey everyone! Okay, so today I'm gonna finally do my, I don't know, I think this is like the second edition of Leighannswers, which is just basically my version of like a Q&A. I posted a thing on Instagram like I did the first time around, and I asked you guys to ask me questions. That's weird, maybe? I don't know. You guys are always asking me questions, and I kind of just wanted to like funnel it in. So it's like, hey, if you want your question answered and I've never answered it before, which would be surprising to me, put it here and I'm just gonna like draw a bunch of them out. There were 919 questions just on Instagram. I also posted on Facebook, and I don't know how many that one has. So I'm just gonna like draw a few out. I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna go down the list, and this is probably gonna be a nightmare to edit, but I haven't like gone through and chosen any or thought of answers or anything like that. Not prepared. Are you surprised at all? This is just how my videos are. I don't know how to prepare for things. No excuse, I'm sorry. I've been getting requests to do another Leighannswers video, so here we have it. I like to do what you like to see, so that's what we're doing. Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna choose. I'm already kind of overwhelmed. Easily overwhelmed over here. One more side note before I get to A-in your cues. Thank you so much for sending in your questions. I love when you guys like participate and like get all interactive and stuff. Like, that's cool for me. I mean, that's like the only cool part about this. Like, I wouldn't just like make videos if you guys didn't like talk back, and like if I couldn't ask you questions and you couldn't ask me questions, it wouldn't be fun at all for me, you know? I don't know. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for asking questions. It means a lot to me. On to the questions, finally. Sorry. Really long intro for no reason. First off, I got a bunch of questions from this person. It's Jesslyn Kayla Tapley, but one of her questions is, do you have any pets? I don't have any pets that live with me. My family has a pet, and her name is Franny, and if you've been watching me for a really long time, you've met her, and I've posted pictures of her, and I love her so much. Frances is a Chihuahua, and she's sweet. One really weird thing is she's almost identical to Marbles from General Marbles channel. Yeah, kind of weird, but she's a girl, so she's more special. There's that. Isabel Levi asked, what would you name the UK's royal baby? Sunshine Space Tweezers. Just an idea. I hope that's not offensive. Is that offensive? Sorry. It's me. Kayla asked, have you always wanted to be a YouTuber? I don't really know what that means. No. Like, I wasn't 3 years old being like, all I want to do is be a YouTuber, because YouTube didn't exist. So no, it's just kind of like I roll with whatever comes, and like if something's fun, I keep doing it for however long it's fun, and YouTube just happened and I decided to try it out. And it's not like, oh, I've always wanted to do it, but since I've been doing it, I've always wanted to do it. Isabel Lloyd asked, do you plan on bringing the septum piercing back anytime soon? And no, I don't. I don't know if everyone's is like this, but mine never closed up, and I can't put like the old septum jewelry that I had back in it because it's too, I think it was like a 12 gauge, 14 gauge or something like that, which is not huge, but it's bigger than the hole is at this point. I'm sure I could get it back in there if I was like ready to cry a little bit. I can put like an earring back post the septum piercing. That's really funny. If you haven't seen my video all about like my piercings of the past and present, I made a whole video about it, and I'll link it down below if you're wondering. Layla Ray 4 asked, do you get seasick? I don't think I always get seasick. One time I definitely did. I was in Cancun with my family, and I was in elementary school. I don't know, I was probably like 10, and we were going to this like island thing, and I felt so sick. It was absolutely miserable. Another one that goes along the same lines is Kiersey Pay. Do you get airplane sick? No, I don't know. I think I have a really, really strong stomach. Like, I can feel sick, but I don't just like puke, you know? Too much information, whatever. You asked. Eve Garcia 1024 asked, would you like to be a mom in the future? And yes, I like kids. I think they're fun. I used to be like a Sunday school teacher for like 3-year-olds, and it was so fun. It might have just been so fun because we only had to hang out with them for like an hour. But no, definitely. Like, I love kids. I think they're the funniest, most fun people on the planet. But yeah, definitely. But I'm not like thinking about it right now. Erin Helfrich asks, What's your favorite song of all time? This is a really hard question. First favorite song of all time is definitely El Condor Pastel by Simon and Garfunkel. Love it. Love it. Split between There's Light That Never Goes Out and What Difference Does It Make by the Smiths. I'm sorry I'm giving you a list, but then I'm not sorry. He Wore by Cat Power. Pretty much any song off of Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, except for Sloop John B. No, I don't like that song. I had the instrumental Pet Sounds song as my ringtone for like 5 years. I love it. I could listen to that like exclusively for the rest of my life probably. That's a major thing to say. Life's Been Good. I love that song. Forever. I've always been really into music. I'm actually going through a phase where I don't like music as much, which is weird. It's hard to explain, but I have always been really into music, and I have a lot of favorites, and I have a lot of like, I love other people that relate to my taste in music. I don't know. That's difficult to explain without sounding like a loser. Samantha O'Mara Mezzano asked, what is the longest and shortest you've ever had your hair be? The longest is maybe just a little bit longer than now, which it's like down the boob curve length. You know, it's like pretty much as long as I've ever had it, but I've had it this long before. Shortest, I had in like 2008 or 7 or sometime around there when Victoria Beckham, whenever she had that little like bob that was like angled like this, and it was like super short in the back, and my hair was like super blonde and then kind of like darker in the back. Totally did that, and honestly like I went from this length hair pretty much to that because that's how I do things. Crazy. So I think that's the shortest I've had my hair. I have had my hair just like straight all around with like bangs like this a few times in my life when I was really little, and then when I was not so little, which is odd, but I did it. I haven't ever had it like boy cut all around, although my entire life I've been fascinated and wanted so badly to have this super short hair all around like Mia Farrow in Rosemary's Baby. Rosemary's Baby is one of my all-time favorite movies, a total side note, but you may or may not know what haircut I'm talking about, but it's just like super short all around. I will do it at some point in life, mark my words. Simple Beauty 72 asked, is YouTube your only job or do you work somewhere else as well? I work somewhere else as well, full-time. I've got like a whole full life outside of YouTube, which is sometimes hard for people to understand, I think. Slash, some people are like, I just love that you like have like a whole job and you know you juggle your life and everything and you still put out videos and everything. And I can see why they think that's cool or good and stuff, and like they look at some YouTubers and they're like, why don't you have a job? Like, meh. I don't know. I don't really think it's that person's place to judge, especially if they're not a YouTuber, because it's so fun. Like, I love YouTube and I wish I could put a video out every other day. It's cool and it's fun and I have such a good time doing it, but I don't have the time because I have a job. I don't really want to go all in with like where I work and everything, because I feel like that's kind of like a, you know, I got my lines and my boundaries. People do ask like all the time, like, what do I do? Does it have to do with like makeup and stuff like that? And it doesn't. Basically I work with like marketing and stuff like that, but it's like internet stuff. So it's like kind of perfect because I like am obsessed with the internet and like always have been. So it's kind of like, it's kind of blended, but not blended, totally separate. Anyway, I love YouTube. I love my job. I love that I have both. Even though I wish there were 48 hours in a day, because I wish I could do both to the max. I definitely went on too long with that one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm not saying that correctly. How did you decide to do YouTube videos? I had kind of like a really boring job while I was in school, you know, in an office behind a computer a lot. And I don't know, I just started like looking up reviews and stuff about different things. Like I wanted to learn about hair extensions and I wanted to learn about like teeth whitening, just trying to think of like the random things that would lead me to YouTube, and like self-tanner. I started to find all these reviews, and then I started to get a little bit more into it, and I wasn't really even that into makeup, but like I started watching all these makeup videos and stuff, and then I started getting really into makeup, and then I was like buying a lot of makeup and I felt like I was learning a lot, and then I just was like, hey, I should try this. This is cool. This is fun. And then I ended up getting a new camera for my birthday that year, and then I just started doing videos. I just was like, hey, I'm gonna do this, and then I just did this. I'm still doing this. I hope y'all are okay with that. April Love 4820 asked, how was it the first time someone recognized you from your YouTube channel in a public place? It was cool and shocking, and I was like, I don't know what to say to you, you know, because that's how I am. I'm like out in public doing my thing, and it's like, oh, hi, you know, and I don't know what to say just as much as you don't, but I do get really shy sometimes, especially when I feel like something's expected of me. I don't know. So I did get really shy, but at the same time it was really flattering and like unexpected, and like, I don't know. It was crazy, but cool, crazy, sexy, cool. So, but honestly, if you see me out, you should say hi, or at least wave, or be like, hey girl, you know, something, and I'll be like, I know that you know that we know each other, but we don't really know each other, and that's cool. We're friends, kind of, in the internet world. That's fine with me, because then when people tweet me and they're like, I saw you at Target, but I didn't say anything, you're really tall, you know, and I'm just like, oh, why didn't you say anything? Because I was probably picking my nose, and you should wave to me and be like, oh, I won't do that anymore. I don't know. Lacey J.A. asked, any siblings? Where are you on the food chain? That's a funny way to put it. I have two sisters, one older and one younger, so obviously I'm in the middle, and it's 6 years up and 6 years down, and I think that's kind of cool. I am the middle child, meaning I am the bad kid. I'm pretty sure that's the stereotype. I pretty much fit it perfectly, and I'm not sorry. Jessie Murphy asked, how is your lupus? What type of it do you have? I have subacute cutaneous lupus, and what that means is, well, if you don't know what lupus is, it's an autoimmune disorder. So it's basically like your body kind of attacks your body, and it's kind of, the symptoms can be a lot of different things. One of the main things is you get kind of like a rash on your face, and that's what I experienced, but I did not, I mean, obviously it's kind of unlucky to have a problem like that, but I was kind of lucky because I don't have it systemically, and systemic is where it's like all throughout your bodies, and it's like affects your organs, it affects absolutely everything. People that have it really bad are like on disability, like it's horrible. Why I'm lucky is it's just in my skin, and so I am really sensitive to being out in the sun, and so like in the summer, like, yeah, I do still like go to the beach and stuff, but I'm not supposed to. Like, I was on medicine for like 3 years, and I've gone on and off of it, and I think I'm just about to have to go back on it because I have like a spot right here. Like I pretty much don't have this big rash right here anymore. It got really bad when I was about 18, and I didn't know what it was. We didn't know what it was, whatever, and then I finally went to enough doctors that we figured out what it was, and I got on the medicine, and it cleared up, and ever since then I've been like on a kind of back and forth thing. So like whenever I start to get spots again that aren't going away, like right now I have one right here. Generally I am really lucky, and it's just like a vanity thing. Basically, like it's non-scarring for me, so I am really lucky, but I do have to be careful. I used to smoke when I was younger, like for a really long time, and I quit that. My lupus was just like way better. Like medicine was like not working, because if you smoke, it's like, no, it's gonna make every disease you have worse. So I don't know if that's too much information. Probably is, sorry. Okay, sorry, that was a really abrupt place to just cut it off, but I had to cut it short. If you've made it this far, thank you so much. I know this video has turned out to be really long. There's so many awesome questions, and I love you guys, so I want to answer them. And so there's a part 2, and it's on the way, as in like tomorrow. So definitely keep an eye out, subscribe, and you can always hit me up on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook and all that. It's LeighAnnSays. You already know that probably. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in part 2. Bye everyone!